Hello everyone, and welcome back to Farfaraway Theories, the channel that theorizes and discusses everything Shrek. I also humbly welcome you all to Farfaraway Theories' first ever Halloween special. In today's video, we're going to be talking about an incredibly spooky and very scary scene in Shrek. In the future, I'm definitely going to cover lots more creepy topics in the Shrek universe, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to stick around for that. But now, get ready to enter a world of terror
with which you are not familiar.
So today's story begins in Shrek the Third, where Shrek is sleeping on the ship they're travelling on their way to find Arthur. Shrek is sleeping soundly, along with Puss and Donkey. At night time, Shrek's dream begins rather normally, and quite pleasantly. He gets off of the boat, realising that he's arrived at his swamp. Not at far away. He's back home, where he wants to be. He enjoys this lovely time, serenely running around his swamp and enjoying his home, until he hears Fiona beckon him into his swamp house. After Shrek excitedly enters his house, the vibe of the scene completely changes, and it immediately tells the audience something's about to go down. The atmosphere becomes a lot darker. However, it surprises us and shows an ogre baby. It catches Shrek and the viewer off guard. However, it immediately has the baby burping and Shrek saying his classic line,
"Better out than in, I always say."
However then, the baby begins to projectile vomit all over Shrek. This is also quite comedic, and Shrek shows his strength by pushing back against the stream of ogre sick. Once this funny moment is over, many babies start to appear, and they also put themselves in danger, so it quickly becomes stressful as Shrek has to protect them all and stop them hurting themselves. With this being kind of comedic, it helps the audience let their guard down, so they're not prepared for the complete and utter nightmare fuel that comes next. All of a sudden, hundreds of ogre babies flood through the window and all the crevices of Shrek's house, overwhelming Shrek until he suddenly finds himself on a stage with all the babies sitting in the chairs. Shrek has a graduation cap on his head, and all the babies are laughing at him because he's only in his underwear without any other clothes. Just as the audience thinks this is going to be a slightly comedic moment, the scene suddenly changes. Shrek wakes up in a cold sweat and is incredibly shaken by his nightmare. However, he's happy to be awake. He calls out to Donkey and Puss in Boots for comfort, and then it is finally revealed.
Ah! Oh! Donkey! Donkey! Wake up! Ah! Ah!
Dada!
The creepy atmosphere of the beginning of the dream comes back in this moment, and at the time, I was only around 10 years old, and I experienced the exact same emotions Shrek did. From Shrek's screams of absolute complete fear, you can see how terrified he is, and that's how I felt, Shrek and myself. And I can imagine a lot of the audience thought they were safe when Shrek woke up, and I think it's one of the darkest and most terrifying scenes in Shrek. The fact that Donkey and Puss in Boots have been metamorphosized into these really creepy ogre baby abominations of themselves is really scary, not to mention the incredibly unnerving noise that Donkey and Puss in Boots make. Donkey's dada is incredibly scary, and it pushes Shrek into actually waking up for real. However, what makes the scene even scarier is that when you first watch it, you still don't know Shrek is awake, considering the last time he woke up, it was a fake out. To have your best friends suddenly turned into scary monsters out to get you is incredibly scary, and I think it really fits Halloween. It's also one of the best scenes in Shrek the Third, because with the creative ideas in Shrek the Third, it's definitely one of the ones that work well. I personally think it's one of the best scenes in the movie, and the scare factor of it really helps too. Even to this day, when I watch this scene, it still scares me, even though I know what's coming. The atmosphere is just so unnerving, not to mention, the babies in the dream represent Shrek's fear of becoming a father. It's a really good way of showing Shrek's internal fear, however, it's just a really terrifying scene in itself, and I definitely think it's worthy for my first Halloween special on Farfaraway theories. What was your reaction to this scene when you first originally saw it? Make sure to comment down below your experience with this scene, and also any other scary Shrek moments you want to put in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video, because it really helps our Farfaraway theories swamp grow. I also want to wish you all a Shrektastic and happy Halloween. If any of you guys are trick-or-treating, I hope you get lots of sweets, and maybe even a chocolate-covered onion. That would be a really cool Halloween treat. And if you're at home and enjoying this video, I hope it gave you something nice to watch on Halloween. Perhaps you should look up this scene online and watch it for yourself to take in the true scariness of the scene. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss whenever I upload new Shrek related content. Stay safe everyone, and have an ogreific Halloween.
Bye bye.
See you later.